Blake Wheeler to the Flyers. Let's talk about it. Wheeler, 36 years old, has a modified no trade clause and a no move. It's a 5-team no trade. $8.25 million for one more season, the 23-24 year. Just think about it, right? Blake Wheeler as a Flyer for 1 year, right? If he plays well, he's not going to be making anything more than 8.2. The following year, he's Winnipeg. They're in that weird spot because they're going to be doing something, and a lot of different things are going to kind of be changing with them. But 55 points in 72 games, 16 goals, 39 assists for Blake Wheeler with the Jets. The Flyers, well, one, they need a center, right? I personally am not opposed to bringing in another veteran. We are, rebuilding, and at the same time, if it's only 1 year or so, then yeah. The thing is with Wheeler, though, he'd have to waive it to come here because of the no trade. The Flyers wouldn't have to be. If the Flyers are on that list, then they're on that list. If they're not, then they're not, and he would be able to get traded here. So obviously a lot of it, Wheeler holds the cards, but it's just something fun to talk about because it was mentioned the other day by Jeff Merrick on 32 Thoughts, and it got me thinking, because to me, Winnipeg is a team that can really do some damage. In the offseason, they seem like a team that's really going to be moving things around, a lot of different parts, and just moving like this, that, and the other. And the whole thing with Rick Bowness the other night on how he just absolutely unloaded on them in the minute and a half, called them soft basically, and after they lose game 5 to Vegas. So a lot of changes are going to be happening, and I wonder about that because Wheeler, again, it's another type thing where my guess is we're probably going to be making some moves with teams that are in the same boat. Teams like Winnipeg, teams like Vancouver, right? Teams like Calgary. There's teams that are, and again, I don't mean to just throw out all Canadian teams, and there's obviously others, but there's many different ones that kind of could be in the mix. So again, the cap isn't going to get any better. You're going to have to retain something. I was kind of messing around last night in NHL 23, just seeing what, obviously it's completely different. And I was throwing up what would it take to get Wheeler, and I did a couple of them. And I traded Hayes for Wheeler 1-for-1. And really, if you think about it, it's not that bad of a deal. It's no retention for any team, and it went through. And it was just Hayes for Wheeler, no retention, and for most of the actual just that trade alone, it takes off the 3 years left of Hayes and then the 1 year for Wheeler, and that's it. So if Blake Wheeler, if that were to be the case, I don't know. It's just kind of a summertime rumor just to talk about, so we'll see what happens.